What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the Draft Hub. In today's video, we will be continuing our 2026 NFL Draft prospect profiles. Today's profile is about Oregon's standout quarterback, Dante Moore. If you were new to this series, I'll explain to you how it works. I dive into the prospect's strengths, areas for improvement, scheme fit, 3 to 5 team fits, pro comparison, and overall draft projection. So if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Now, let's take a closer look at Dante Moore. The 6'3", 206-pound UCLA transfer quietly sat behind Dillon Gabriel during the 2024 season, with the promise the Ducks program would be his in 2025. Needless to say, Moore has lived up to the lofty hype, and then some so far. Moore has thrown for 1,210 yards, 14 touchdowns to 1 interception. He also has an 89.1 overall grade, with a 7% big-time throw rate and a 1.3% turnover-worthy play rate, all just in 5 games this season, at the time of recording. Moore is an extremely mobile quarterback, while not being a running quarterback. He also has that cool factor, where it seems like nothing truly bothers him, especially in high-pressure situations. As a processor, Moore does a good job of identifying coverage and assessing the potential defensive looks. He can also identify pressure and knows when to get the ball out to one of his receivers quickly. Moore does a good job of going through his progressions, working until he finds an open receiver to deliver the ball to. Moore's quick release and ability to throw from different arm slots gives him the ability to get the ball out fast, limiting the time the defenders have to react or jump the route. Moore has fantastic arm strength and overall arm elasticity, giving him some great whip on his passes. At Oregon, Moore has no limitations on areas of the field the offense expects him to access. He is asked to work every part of the field, stretching it vertically when needed. In the short to intermediate areas of the field, Moore throws with good velocity and anticipation, consistently hitting windows in various zone coverages. He excels at threading seam routes up the field, fitting the ball over the underneath defender and just before the defender over the top, dropping it in the bucket. Moore throws an easily catchable football and consistently places the ball in the best possible spot. He truly understands ball placement. In the deeper areas of the field, Moore shows strong deep ball accuracy, hitting receivers in stride on vertical routes. Depending on the defender positioning, he can either drop the ball over the receiver's shoulder in stride, or place it back shoulder, allowing the receiver to work back to the football. Overall, Moore has the arm strength to make every NFL throw on the field, combining his strong arm talent with his natural throwing ability. In such a small sample size, it's kind of tough to determine some true areas to improve upon in Dante Moore's overall game. I do have a couple things I would nitpick though. First, to succeed at the NFL level, you have to play well in the structure. I feel like a lot of Moore's big-time throws, or big plays in general, are all rollouts or extended plays. This isn't me saying he doesn't play well in the structure, it just seems like he's way more comfortable out of it. Almost like a Caleb Williams effect, although Williams is getting much better at that. This type of playstyle could result in some drive-killing sacks at the NFL level. Moore's footwork under pressure fails him far too often as well. He often gets away with it due to his overall talent, but at times his ability to be accurate and make good decisions under pressure lacks. When under duress, his footwork becomes sporadic, which disrupts his base and impacts his throwing accuracy overall. He also needs to improve his decision-making under pressure, as he has a tendency to force the ball into coverage rather than taking safer alternates. When talking about an offensive scheme fit for Dante Moore at the NFL level, I would say a spread-style offense that is RPO-based would be perfect. More and more, no pun intended, quarterbacks are dual threats nowadays. The position is truly evolving. A quarterback of Moore's potential and skill set could essentially fit in any type of system, if we're being honest. The 5 teams that I think Dante Moore would fit best at the NFL level, in no particular order, are the New Orleans Saints, the New York Jets, the Las Vegas Raiders, the Los Angeles Rams, and the Indianapolis Colts. Pro comparisons are always so subjective, and often frowned upon by some. I like to use it as a similarity to playstyle and comparing attributes. I use it as more of a benchmark for what to expect stylistically, so take it with a grain of salt, I suppose. My pro comparison for Dante Moore is a combination of Jaden Daniels and early on Deshaun Watson. While those two players are morally on the opposite end of the spectrum, Dante Moore plays with the effortless cool of Jaden Daniels, with the ability to flick the ball 50 yards down the field with ease. Although I don't think they are the same athletically, though. For the Watson comparison, I like the way he could make plays with his arm and his legs, while playing the position confidently, like our happily ending after friend did in the early portion of his career. Overall, in a seemingly wide-open quarterback class, Dante Moore has the talent, demeanor, and overall it factor to become a true franchise-changing quarterback at the NFL level. If he decides to forego the rest of his eligibility and enter the 2026 draft class, there's a real chance he could be a top 5 pick, or one of the first 3 quarterbacks taken. Moore's skill set fits perfectly into what the modern-day quarterback is becoming. Not to mention, there are a lot of quarterback-needy teams this year. When it's all said and done, I think Dante Moore will be a top 5 pick in the 2026 NFL Draft.